We're now going to cover how we can retrieve the keys and values separately with methods. So it's pretty simple. This is just the keys method and the values method. So let's look at the student's dictionary real quick. So we have 3 items in here. So if we just want to access the keys, we can call the keys method. Now there's nothing that you pass to it, and it returns the keys. So this is like a separate object, but you could consider it more like a set. That's what the documentation says, a set-like object. It's not important that you really know too much about the object. It just returns the keys, and just think of it sort of like a set. All right, now, equivalently, if you just want to look at the values, well, you can do that, and this will return the values like this, and it's in its own object, dict values. You don't have to worry about that too much. But here are the values. That's how you can retrieve them separately. Now, how can you use them? Well, you can iterate through them, certainly, and you can check for membership. So let's go ahead and do those 2 things. So just so that you know that there are some use cases for them. So let's just say for name and students.keys, I'm going to iterate through this. So this is an iterable. We'll go one at a time. So this will return this object right here. It's basically a set, and I will just print them out to the screen one at a time. So there they are. So that's iteration. You can do the same thing for the values. Let's do that over here. Instead of iterating through the keys, we're going to iterate through the values, and these could be maybe just the grades, right? So here are the grades over here. One of them is a set. The others are lists. And then the last thing is you can check for membership. Now we already learned how to check for membership with a dictionary. So we said, is Adam in students? That is true. It checks just the keys. So you could do dot keys like this, but this is unnecessary, and this is not typically how it's written, although it still works. It's perfectly valid. Now you can check for, now this is a little bit more interesting, is to check for values. So if I want to check, is the number 90 in the values? Even though 90 is here, the values are individual lists, or in this case, a set. So it has to be the entire value, not just one of them. So this is not going to work. So if we change this to the very first list, so 90, 85, 88, is that list, that entire list, is that one of the values? Well, yes, it is. Okay, so that's just a way to retrieve the keys and values separately, and it's just using their methods with the same name.